Now this is how we do it. This is how we get locked in. 8:59 in the market right now. Getting ourselves set for an absolutely great day ahead. Getting ourselves ready to rock and roll for this Christmas season. Traders, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to an absolutely amazing day ahead. Right now, at this moment, we got SIDU as the top dog. Traders, let's step up here. Let's get ourselves again fired up to see what we have on this day. Let's see what we have fired up on this moment. Let's see, what plays do we have that are actually going to be able to make us some money? As of now, I already have one trade. You guys might have been watching the stock Twitch stream before. I jumped in on SIDU. And SIDU, we jumped in right at that blue line. That blue line then, we did see the stock start coming back on down, dropped on down towards around 175. I started taking my profits. So SIDU, I was actually in at the price of 184. 184 is where I got in. I got out at 175. Just this small little nook and cranny right here. That's it. That small little area from blue to green is all I needed to do was make 350 bucks. Isn't that crazy that you think about sometimes? Sometimes as a stock trader, you're like, do I have to nail the entire move? You just need to nail one little area. You might see a 500% spike, and really all you guys have to do is find, again, a 5-10 minute area where you know it's going to go up or down. That's all stock trading is. It's not about nailing every play from start to finish. It's not about nailing a 0% mover to a 200% climb. It's literally just finding maybe a 15% move on one of these smaller plays where you know in a very small scale for the next 5 minutes it's going to go up or it's going to go down. How cool is that? How great is that? That you can be able to think about that, break it all down, make things nice and simple for you. So we are up 350 bucks on this day so far, and we are hoping that we could see a little bit more buying volume, hoping that we get a little bit more momentum, hoping that we get a little bit more action here. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it all. We do know right here, traders, I was kind of going over it a little bit earlier, is that this entire week, right? This entire week, Monday, normal trading session today. Tuesday, normal trading session. Wednesday, it's a half day. It is Christmas Eve. Thursday, Christmas. The stock market is closed. Friday, full day. I do want you guys to know, though, today and tomorrow are normal trading sessions. Understand that volume is still going to be a little bit lighter, being a Christmas week. Wednesday, there is no streaming on my end. It's Christmas Eve. Guys, to be honest with you, I am going to spend time with family and friends. It's Christmas Eve. Thursday, it's Christmas. And Friday, there just won't be much volume. There won't be anyone here because it's the day after Christmas and one day of trading already on a Friday before the weekend. This is why people call it winter break, Christmas break, New Year's break, whatever you wanted to call it. It is essentially the fact that we do have Christmas Eve, Christmas, and the weekend right there. Next week, we do have New Year's Eve, New Year's, and the weekend right there. And then we start off, 2026 strong. So today and tomorrow is basically it this week. Today and tomorrow are the days that we got to make something happen. Now, we still got to be smart. We still need to understand that this week, right, today and tomorrow, we do want to be able to understand that volume is going to be a little bit lighter. We got to know that volume is not going to be as big. Volume's not going to be as crazy. We got to be sitting back and kind of using our head, putting ourselves in the best positions possible. So, when I take a look right now, I want to be only trading stocks that have high volume. Is that AZI? Right now, AZI doesn't have that much high volume. Is it HXHX kind of fading back on down? Is it CMCT? CMCT just moving sideways. Is it UNF? UNF not doing too much right now at this moment. HYMC a little bit. VMAR not doing anything at this moment. The answer is SIDU. SIDU is the only stock that I see that is worth our time at this moment. A stock that has gone from 140, shot on up towards around the price of 194, currently sitting right next to record highs. And if you guys are wondering what's going on here, why is this happening right now at this moment? It's all about right here. Scroll on down. What does this press release say? At the time of 8:32, we had SIDU come out with a 3-star press release. The 3-star press release has stated that they were awarded a contract on a missile defense. So if we go ahead, open this on up, it does say SIDU awarded a contract under Missile Defense Agency IDQ program. Now, traders, I mean, that's really all we need to see right there. I mean, if we want to dive into a little bit more detail, we can. But, what do we have? We were a 3-star word right here. 3-star word is the word awards, right? Awards or awarded. What else do we have here? 2-star word is going to be contract. Contract. Awarded a contract for X amount of dollars. That's going to get the people excited. That's going to get the people going. So the moment I saw this, I thought to myself, SIDU might start picking up some volume. SIDU might start getting a little bit of hype. And SIDU, right at that 830 mark, that's where the stock started squeezing and ripping and running. Now, how high can SIDU go? That's kind of what we want to think about. SIDU, this play has room to run up towards around that 220-ish mark. 220, top resistance, start fading itself back on down, right? We do have an old spiking high right here. Old spiking high at $2, start fading back on down. Here's a couple old $2 spikes. $2 right here, fade back down. $2 here, fade back on down. $2 here, fade back on down. I would say $2 is going to be very difficult to break above. My next short would be probably in the two teens. 219, 220, 218, 217. I would rather wait for the $2 break just to play smart today. Just to play smart. Right now, again, SIDU is where all the attention's at. SIDU is where all the buying volume is at. Every single trader is running over towards SIDU at this moment as we run up towards around $2. If we wanted to, again, keep diving into this, what do we have? Top gainers today with news or filings. SIDU, 59% gain. HYMC, 22% gain. VELO, 13% gain. Right? We have AZI and then SIDU. ATMC is the one that's like a delisted play. So AZI, SIDU, got to keep our eyes peeled over on these plays to see what we have. Want to take a little screenshot real quick. Cool. All right here, team. Other than that, though, I mean, is there anything we're missing? That's what I always like to think about. Is there anything we're missing? Well, top gainers with news or filings. What are the best of the best right here? We know it is these plays at this moment. SIDU, if we could get that $2 break, that's kind of where the hype and momentum is really going to start moving in. That $2 break right now. AZI, not bad. Now, traders, we also do know the S&P 500 is getting itself ready for maybe, just maybe the Santa Claus rally. Maybe the Santa Claus rally here. So we're going to see if the S&P 500 could be able to squeeze and start spiking on up to the 690 mark. The Santa Claus rally is considered the last five trading sessions of the year. But we do have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's a half day, Friday, and then we do have Monday, Tuesday. Right? So like we have like 6 days left. Maybe 6.5 days left, depending on if you guys want to count the half day or not. So let's see here. Let's make sure we're staying smart. Give me 2 seconds. I got to answer this one trader here so that we're all ready. All right, awesome. So traders, S&P 500. I still have my target. What's my prediction on the S&P 500 by the end of 2025? My end of the year prediction is 697. I think the S&P 500 closes with around an 18, maybe 19% gain. I think 697 is still my prediction. So I'm gonna stick with that. I still think, again, we are going to get about a $14, $13 rally over this next 6.5, 7 trading days left we have in the year. That's what I'm looking at. So, SPY, going to be very interesting right here. Now, we have talked about the SPY, the Santa Claus rally multiple times. And again, you guys can actually, even get a little bit more detail. If you guys dive in over here, just take a look. You guys can actually see right here. Here's how every sector of the S&P 500 performed during the Santa Claus rally. So traders, what you actually could see is look at materials and look at technology. These are actually an average return of 1.47%, and technology has an average return of 1.35%. But this is the issue. The issue is materials will get a 1.47% return on average 72% of the time. Technology will only get it 63% of the time. So what's the best trade over this next 5 days? Over the next 5 days, the best thing that you can actually do is look at material stocks, because on average, they are going to be 72% of the time going to be green over the next 5 to 6 days. Those are great odds. And the average return is going to be around 1.47%. So if you really wanted to go ahead and check this on out, you can head on over to finviz.com. Click again over here where we do have this entire map, and you can actually take a look at basic material stocks. So different material stocks that have a great chance of spiking, ripping, and running. Or maybe again you go over to the sector and go over to materials, right? And you can, or where is that at right here? Maybe if we go over here and look at the material plays, and that's where we would have a little bit of a better chance of success. So basic materials, NEM, SHW, LIN, ECL, APD, DIP, these all plays, FCX, MOS, CTVA. These are all different material plays that could definitely go on a spike, rip, and run. Technology stocks are technology stocks that we all know and love, right? Where we're talking about NVIDIA or Meta or Netflix or whatever, right? These technology plays, these plays are definitely could go on a nice spike. And the S&P 500, as you guys could see, 72% of the time, it's usually very green. Now, we didn't have any sort of Santa Claus rally back in 2023 or 2024. What is the observation that you guys can make right now? There's one observation that is standing out so big to me at this moment. What would that be? And it's pretty wild to think about. It's pretty crazy to think about. What I think at this moment is that if we take a look and it says S&P 500 and its sector's performance during the Santa Claus rally, just take a look at the S&P 500 for a second. We have green, red, green, red, red, green, 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 red, green, 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 red, green, 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 red, green, red, red. 72% of the time we are green, and we usually spike about 84%. There has never been a time in history that the S&P 500 has ever had 3 years of red and not having a Santa Claus rally. Take a look. We have one red, two reds, one red, one red, one red, two reds, two reds. Now, does that mean that it's a 100% fact that we are not going to be having a Santa Claus rally? No, there is no fact. There is no 100% fact behind this. But what I will say is, it's pretty good odds. It's a pretty good chance that in history, we have never gone 3 years in a row without a Santa Claus rally. There's a chance that we start seeing something come up here. Just like when we had, let's say, we had red year, then a 5% gain. 2 red years, 0.23%. Red year, 5% gain. Red year, 7% gain. Red year, 0.43%. The S&P 500 could be absolutely crushing, right? Crushing here. So we want to see S&P 500 keep going. Jim, looking at your 4 picks from first week of January, 3 are up, 1 is down. So again, I had a couple picks. I like to do this, guys. We'll do this again, coming up in the next few weeks, is I like to make a couple picks every single year that I say, these are some of my favorite plays. In January, I alerted BWXT back in January. So again, let's take a look, guys. Back in January, BWXT was at the price of around $117. It's now at $179. That was back in January of last year. AMD back in January. AMD was around $120. It's now at $218. We also have NVT. NVT I alerted back in January. It was sitting right around $63. It's now up to $120. The only one that did not get any sort of spike that I wanted was Nike. Nike, again, this was at $70. It's at $58. So 75% win rate. 75% on my early, picks. Those are the ones that, again, I'm keeping my eyes peeled on, still watching, still waiting. But I'll give you guys a brand new list coming on up, as we head into 2026. Sound like a fair deal? So let's get ourselves ready to rock. Let's get ourselves ready to go and see what's going to be happening. But right now here, traders, we still have the SIDU party. SIDU is where traders are looking at, and it's really the only play of today. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the very bottom. Let's, again, break this down in all total. Let's break this down in all reality to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. All this information, guys, is over on foxrunner.com. Click the analyst alerts, and you guys will be all set, ready to go. So what we have is top growth stocks to own in 2026. Traders, everyone take a screenshot right now. Everyone write down these plays. These are some of the growth plays that you guys want to be watching in 2026. Now, everyone always asks the same questions. What's the next GameStop? What's the next AMC? What's the next Nvidia? What's the next Bitcoin-like investment? What's the next play that'll make me $1 million? Everyone always says that similar type of question. These are not guarantees, but these are plays that, again, traders are looking at. Okay, take a look. If we wanted to break down some of these monster movers, right? And we go back over towards, let's say, a weekly chart here. NBIS has been insane. NBIS, we started the year off at $30. It spiked up to $140. Now it's coming back on down. Switch on over to a daily chart. Daily chart, guys, if you can come on down to that 200-day moving average, incredible dip buy. I will say, these are not penny stocks. They're not blue chips. They're not the most credible companies in the world. This is the middle ground. What's the middle ground? The middle ground is going to be anywhere that you could say to yourself, you know what? I'm not gambling on smaller plays, but it's not so slow it's boring on larger plays. These are growth plays. Good companies that have potential to make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the best thing to do is to look at 200-day moving average and 50-day moving averages. The easiest example I can show you is if you go back to a monthly chart over on the S&P 500, the best dip buy you could ever possibly have is going to be off that 50-month moving average. Here, 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 here. That's why I bought back in April, because we were coming on down near that 50-month moving average. So it just shows that these moving averages usually hold as great areas of support. 50 and 200 is what you want to look at. If you guys take a look over on NBIS here, NBIS, you guys do have dip buy opportunity, $64. IREN, dip buy opportunity, $25. Look how beast of a move this is. Rocket Lab, look how perfect Rocket Lab's dip buy was, guys. Rocket Lab had an incredible dip buy right off that 200-day moving average. Now it's all the way back up at record highs. It's incredible. It's insane to be thinking about. So this entire list right here, okay, this entire list is a list that I think are stocks that you guys should definitely be writing down. Not everyone's going to be perfect. Not everyone's going to spike big, but there might be a one or two hidden treasures in here that might have an amazing 2026 ahead. It's a great starting point. Number 2, Rocket Lab lands its biggest contract to date. So on Friday, little heads up for you guys, Rocket Lab lands its biggest contract to date up towards $805 million. That's a lot of money. $805 million with Rocket Lab. And ever since the SpaceX IPO announcement, these plays have just been going insane. I mean, guys, I personally, it's kind of funny, one of my favorite hobbies is space. Like, I enjoy, it's something I, like, before I go to sleep every night, I usually watch, like, a space video. That's kind of my weird little fun fact. I'm usually laying in bed, I'll bring up a little space video on my YouTube, and I'll learn about something random in space. If that's, again, black holes. If that's, again, understanding about, different types of stars or different planets, or again, how, again, time travel is technically possible if you get close to a dark hole with gravity, and how, again, time travel changes from gravity, and how, like, I enjoy that. It's interesting. So, like, Rocket Lab right here, and space stocks getting very interesting. Like, it's fun for me. I like this a lot. So, could Rocket Lab maybe be one of the best investments of 2025 so far, but maybe it could be even 2026? I mean, guys, take a look at Rocket Lab's stock right now. If you guys take a look, Rocket Lab, its play so far, year to date, it's up 182%. And it might just be starting on up. Who remembers when we found Rocket Lab 2 years ago? Or maybe was it what, early 2025? I remember seeing Rocket Lab when it was around $9. Now it's $70. Who thinks that this company could be $120 in the future? Easily. Easily, guys. With all the space hype that we have right now, and Elon Musk basically saying, we want to get closer to space and this and that, like, it could be fun. Full week ahead, right? Guys, read over this. Monday, volatility plays, Santa Claus watch, IPO stocks, all day stocks. Make sure you guys go ahead, check out this information. Really good stuff. Also today, we did also see some brand new news at a BM&R. It says Bitcoin updates on the way. Big crypto treasury updates incoming today. Bitcoin's at 88,000. There are two main cryptocurrency companies that are the leaders. What are the two main leaders? We have Tom Lee stock. Tom Lee, he is an investor, usually on CNBC. He again has been buying tons of Ethereum. Tom Lee, he's on the board of directors on BMNR. BMNR right here, traders. Bitmine did come out with a press release at 8:30 going over how much Ethereum they currently hold. MSTR, MicroStrategy, also came out with their Bitcoin currently holdings at 8:30. Michael Saylor. Both stocks absolutely suck at this moment. Both stocks blow, but with that being stated, guess what here, traders? It could be an amazing dip buy. Cryptocurrency hasn't been doing that well. 2026 supposedly is the 4-year bear cycle for, again, Bitcoin. We should be seeing Bitcoin fall all the way to sub 50,000 supposedly. So I don't know if these are plays that you guys want to be getting yourself involved in right now, but at the maybe again mid 2026 could be fantastic. They did both come out with news. Nvidia needs to get back above 200. Nvidia has been losing hype to Google, losing hype to Apple, losing hype to Amazon, losing hype in the AI world. But you know what? It just hit records. $10 billion of free cash flow. That is one of the strongest free cash flows of any company ever. To be able to have $10 billion of just free cash flow coming in, it shows that the company is strong. It shows the company is healthy. It shows that there's not really much you got to worry about with Nvidia. Sure, we don't want to lose the hype. The momentum helps. It keeps pushing the stock up higher and higher and higher. But at the same time, the fundamentals and the sound of the company, it's right there. Now, traders, you know how we were just talking about space stocks before? Space stocks, right? Here is the entire space economy. I know after I show you Rocket Lab, people are going to say, well, what's the next looking Rocket Lab? I know when you talk about SpaceX, people always say, well, what's the next looking SpaceX? Here's every space stock, every single space stock. Rocket Lab, RDW, LUNR, MNTS, LLP, SIDU, SPC, ASTS. Guys, you have every single space stock you want right here. Go through them all. Find the space trend that you think is going to be the hottest. Do you think just launching place is going to be the hottest? Do you think satellite services is going to be the hottest? Do you think research is going to be the hottest? Do you think engineering, remote sensoring is going to be the hottest? These are all the different space sectors and the space trends that could get hot. You know how we have artificial intelligence? Well, guys, what is artificial intelligence? People say, go ahead and invest in chips. Oh, let me go ahead and invest in chips. Or it's, okay, what's space? Oh, go ahead and invest in rockets. Well, after all the chips got bought up, well, let's go ahead and invest in data centers. Well, maybe it's, okay, hey, let's go ahead and invest in satellite services. So chips could be to rockets. Data centers could be to satellite services. Who knows? But what I'm saying is if space continues on this trend, this kind of like AI type of trend, you're going to see different opportunities out there. Just a little heads on up, going into 2026, top robotic stocks. So there are a lot of different robotic plays out there, different robotic sectors. Same exact thing, guys. Take a look at all the best robotic companies. If robots maybe are that thing that you might want to be looking for. Here's again the Santa Claus rally. We kind of dove into this so that you guys are all set, ready to go. Dan Ives, he's again a very big person on CNBC. Here's his top 10 predictions for 2026. Gold and silver has hit brand new record highs. So remember gold, remember silver back in August? It was flying off the charts. Yep, it's flying off the charts again. Gold and silver back up to record highs. Pretty incredible, right? Then on top of that here, traders, we are back with like today's news, right? We have NRSN, everything you need to know about today. You know, tech stocks, roared back at the end of the week. Oracle, major AI plays, NVIDIA and AMD rose last week. SIDU is a top play. AZI is a top play. Yeah, we're good here, traders. There is nothing that we have missed. There's nothing that we don't need. I mean, right now, the top gainers, right? Top gainers with news or filings is SIDU. SIDU is where we want to look. It's the top play. Hopefully something else can also spike, but it's not like there's anything that is not, that we're not aware of. SIDU, number one top dog. And again, top gainers overall. SIDU is number one top dog. AZI is a play, just a little heads on up, that has no news today, but it has had, a couple press releases. So again, we've already gone over SIDU a little bit. But let's just kind of take a look really quickly over on AZI. AZI right here. AZI is a previous top gainer, which is currently hitting new highs. Over the last week, AZI was an on and off top gainer. We have seen a move so far from $135 all the way up to nearly $5. This exceptionally strong move is because this stock has been coming out with press releases nearly every single day. So AZI had a press release December 15th, 16th, 17th, 17th, and 19th. So AZI spike dump, spike dump, spike dump, and it is spiking its way back on up right now over on AZI. Definitely keep your eyes peeled on it. As for again SIDU, this one came out right here. Came out with a press release 10 days ago, but then it also came out with another press release, as we know, where SIDU did have that awarded contract missile defense. This is one of SIDU is one of those top plays that you guys want to continue to keep your eyes peeled on and seeing if the stock brings in that hype and momentum. All right. So it's $9.25 in the market right now. SIDU has yet to be able to break above that $2 mark. If we do break $2, that's where, again, a lot of the attention and volume is going to be heading. On top of that, AZI right here, traders, this play is known to spike and give back of its gains. I have had one trade so far today. I've had one trade so far today, as you guys know. I'm up $350. All I've had was this trade. Just a little heads on up. If you guys were not here earlier, I did do this one trade. What was it? I shorted SIDU. When did I short this play? At 8:35 a.m., about an hour ago. I short out 179, 181, 184, 187, 189. That gave me a cost basis of 184. I got out at 177. So I was in at 184. I got out with 177 with 5,000 shares. That was able to produce a $350 profit. So as of now, one trade done on the day and one trade is it. So we are going to be looking for a little bit more. If we are going to short SIDU, we do know SIDU is going to have very strong, number one, $2 top resistance. If you guys take a look right here, you guys do have $2 top resistance right here, right? Or excuse me, that's not $2 top resistance. You guys do have right here, $2 top resistance, $2 top resistance, $2, $2, $2. Can everyone see that? $2, $2, $2, $2, $2 top resistance. If we break that $2 top resistance area, we do have room to go up towards around 220. 220 is going to be the next target. So we have a couple little targets. First one is $2. Second one is 220. That old spiking high. So I'll even turn this into like a little pink line so we can kind of see. All right. In my mind, I always do pink. Pink and red is resistance. Blue is always support. And a purple is always going to be like trend line. That's kind of how like we have always color code things around here. Okay. So right now, SIDU, continuously watching, continuously, again, staying on top of this, seeing if this play is going to be able to move. AZI, guys, AZI could be a possible short, honestly, right at the start of this day, just because there are so many times that this play is going to do what? AZI, spike and dump, AZI, spike and dump, AZI, spike and dump. We're going to see if AZI can spike and dump, AZI can spike on up and then start dumping. This play, if we take a look at it, is known for spike, dump, known to spike, dump, known to spike and dump. I really believe, AZI might spike up to 430 and then just dump right back on down. So in the next 2 minutes, SIDU, I would like to short SIDU if it can get up towards like 219-ish area. That could be very nice. So again, SIDU, I wouldn't even mind putting in some possible shorts already. Let's just go with how many shares. I would go with 250 shares. 250 shares, limit order, 218 short, 219 short. Just kind of spreading out a whole bunch of orders. 220, 221, 222. I mean, I would just... if we get up to the 220s, I would just keep hammering shorts probably the whole entire way up. Just because I think that would be a very strong top resistance line. I don't even know if it's going to get that high, but if it does get that high, at least I would feel confident. I'd feel good about it. So I would just hammer a ton of different short areas, all from, again, the 220s up to the 230s. Now, for AZI, I'm actually thinking if this play just pops on up towards the 430s, that could be a possible nice little shorting opportunities right off the rip. How much are AZI shorts? I just want to take a look real quick. If I wanted to short AZI, let's say with 3,000 shares, inquire about this. Because I know the market's about to open up here in a second. The 3,000 shares, locate lowest. Oh, man, too expensive. $450. Guys, unfortunately, I'm not going to short AZI. AZI is just too expensive. It's $450 to get 3,000 shares. It's just too expensive. Yeah, so, guys, I can't short AZI, but I would say 430 and then crack back on down is what I would be thinking. So, AZI, let's see if it happens. Maybe quick little 430 touch and then crack right back on down. Let me switch out my scanners. Let's put on, again, our main scanners on the day. Market is now live and open here. SIDU, we'll see if that can break $2 and start ripping and running. If it does break $2, I'm looking for shorts in the 220s. All right. Right now here, traders, getting a little bit of spike over on SIDU. SIDU, we just spiked up to 216. Now, I am not in yet, as you guys know. I'm not in yet. But if we do keep on spiking a little bit more over on SIDU, I will be looking for those shorts. We just broke through that $2 area. We just broke that $2 area and just went from $1.99 right on up towards around $2.16. Now, as you guys know, I was going to look for shorts, and I still am looking for shorts up in the 220s into the 230s. So if we can get a little bit more of that pop, I will get my second trade going on the day. Now, why am I looking for, again, more around that 220 area? My goal is because I'm looking at this old spiking high. This large upper shadow right here. That large upper shadow right there is going to be a nice little resistance line, which is also going to be, if you guys take a look over here in reverse, you guys do have old dip buy area right here. You guys do have old dip buy area right here, right? And you guys can also see nice bounce play area right here. So that 220 mark could be a very solid, nice area where we do have old spiking high, old resistance, dip buy, dip buy. So 220 could be a great little area for us to be able to make some money. Now, guys, little heads on up. I did just get filled at the 219 mark. I was able to get a couple shares, only 500 shares at around that 219 mark. Here is a little bit of reversal. Unfortunately, I only got 500 shares. So it's not a big order. Please understand that. This was my first out of many over on, my trade here. So, hey, if we can dump all the way back on down towards, sub $2, I'll be able to make an extra $100 or so, and that's fine. But you know what? So far, we have nailed the absolute high. 219, the absolute high that we wanted. We got 500 shares. Is it a big order? Not at all. Hopefully, I hope, SIDU can maybe go a little bit higher. But you know what? It builds confidence in me to be able to say, hey guys, we nailed that 220 area. 220, even if you, let's say, got 1,000 shares, 220 down to 209, that's $110. Coming on down to 204, 205, you're up $160 with just 1,000 shares. Guys, now we're starting to get a little weaker. Now we're starting to drop a little bit lower. Now we're starting to feed ourselves back on down. If we go back down to 199, I'll take a free $100. We go back on down to that 199. Guys, look at this. Crashing back on down. 202. Getting weaker. So if I can get a free $100 over on SIDU, we'll take a free $100. That never hurt nobody. Let's see if we dump $2 here. Congrats to everyone who nailed the exact high with me. Congrats to everyone who nailed the absolute exact high. Let's see if we get a $2 crack. I want to see a quick little $1.99 if we can. But you know what we call this type of money? If you guys got filled $1,000, maybe you guys got filled 2,000 shares. If you guys just made, or if you guys are making right now 100, 200, 300. Guys, there you go. Guys, $102. All right, push myself up to $457 on the day. All right, just made a free $107. Do you know what we call this? You know what we call this, guys? We call it stocking stuffers, baby. That's all it is right now. These little tiny trades, these are what we call stocking stuffers. So I'm going to take this $100 and I'm going to wrap it up and put it in my stocking for tomorrow. Or again on Thursday, excuse me. Deck, do you really wrap up your own presents? Yeah. Guys, one of my favorite things to do. You know, just a little, I'm going to give you guys a little Christmas hack, okay? The best Christmas hack you can do is buy all your own gifts, wrap them up, stick them under the tree, and then when you unwrap them, they're going to be everything that you want. You know what I mean? Nothing's worse than getting a gift that you really don't even want. Hey, thanks a lot for this brand new, spatula. Hey, it's stainless steel, non-stick. It's great. I know how much you love cooking breakfast. Haha, thanks. Thank you. Thanks to this brand new stainless steel spatula. I really appreciate it. Or again, instead, guess what you do? You go out and you buy yourself a brand new $1,100, irons from Callaway. You wake up and you say, amazing. Santa brought me some Callaway irons. Incredible. So right here, little stocking stuffers. $457 in gains, baby. Woo! Thank you. I would say I've done, there's only one Christmas I guess I regret in a way. Now, what do I regret in a way? Is one Christmas, I was trying to be funny, and it was a little funny. Okay, it was a little funny. Let's be honest with each other. But I accidentally made my mother cry on Christmas. And I still feel bad about that. Now, how did that happen? I gave my dad a brand new car. Yes, it was maybe the greatest gift I've ever given anyone. I bought my dad a car for Christmas about 4 years ago. Bought him a brand new car, big bow tie outside. He walked outside. There was a brand new car sitting in his driveway. I did that about 4 years ago for my dad. Then I say, Mother, you're up. And she opens it, and it was a brand new griddle. Just a griddle. That's something you would cook scrambled eggs on, cook pancakes on. And I said, and I acted like there was nothing wrong at all. I acted like there was nothing wrong. Where I said, I know how much you wanted a brand new griddle. This has, 3 different settings of heat. And she was being such a good trooper about it. I just gave my dad a car, and I gave her a griddle. And she still stood up, gave me a hug, said thank you. But I could just tell. I mean, I could see that little Christmas tear just coming right down her eye. And then again, I gave her a real good present after that. Okay? I was just messing her for a moment. But I still feel bad about even messing with her for a moment. Then I gave her a really good present. Don't worry. But the griddle was a little tough. After seeing it would be like a brother and a sister thing. All of a sudden, your brother gets something, and then you get, something else that you really don't want. SIDU here. SIDU starting to fade, starting to fall. Let's see what else we have. HXHX. Little heads on up. HXHX. Trying to move itself on up a little bit more. This play has a lot of strong resistance at, again, 50-day moving average, 72 cents. 50-day moving average, 72 cents is going to be the goal. So if you can get up there. Hey, what are some of your top plays for 2026? Should I go over some? What do you guys think? What are some top plays of 2026? Ooh, guys, really quickly, HXHX. We might get a little pop right here. This could be our next little short. HXHX, low float stock, getting a little bit of momentum. Currently up $457 already. Can we keep making a little bit of money? Can your boy keep adding a couple little stocking stuffers to it? All right, guys. HXHX. We do have this play is going to cost me $30 for 6,000 shares. $30, 6,000 shares over on HXHX. Okay. HXHX, 6,000 shares that I can get on this play. 50-day moving average right here is at the price of 73 cents. We just spiked up to 72 cents right here. This play is going to have two major lines of resistance. Number one is going to be 73 cents. Number two is going to be around 80 cents, 78.79. I am going to wait for around 78.79. I'm already up $457. I don't need to force it. I'm going to wait till around 73, I'm going to wait until around 74 cents or so. That's where, again, my next trade will be. That's kind of the next opportunity for me, at least. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, smash that thumbs on up right here and right now. You guys enjoying this day? If you guys are having some fun on this Money Monday, we're all set, ready to rock. Also, last week I had a pretty hard case of the sniffles. I don't know if you guys remember that. Last week I was kind of struggling a little bit. I don't know if it was maybe coming back from the honeymoon. Maybe, again, I was just, getting used to the cold weather. But last week I was, having a little sniffle attack. But this week, my body has adjusted. I've accumulated. I'm all set, guys. Little heads on up. We are getting a little weakness. I am going to look for one short right here. We do have HXHX. I just shorted 1,000 shares at 76.91. Only did 1,000 shares so far. If we can go up a little bit higher, I will look to add more. So like a 0.79, I'm going to look to add. 0.81, I'm going to look to add. So I have 1,000 shares right now over on HXHX. As you guys know, I'm going to look for around 80 cents cost basis is what I would want. Okay? So 80 cents cost basis is the goal over on that play to see if I can be able to get filled and see a reversal back on down. So HXHX, currently in on this play, 2,000 shares. Cost basis, 78 cents right now. Okay? I will add to this play as it goes on up. Ooh, we might actually get halted a little bit. So right now, team, did get filled. Not halted yet. Not halted yet. We do have a lot of buying volume. HXHX now halted, though, or just about halted. Not halted yet. Hold on. We got to stay alive here. Okay. HXHX is halted right now. HXHX is halted. This play has a lot of potential. Let me take a screenshot of it, and then I'll go over exactly what I'm going to be doing. Okay? Let me take a screenshot of this. Let me break this on down. Just kind of let every single person know that this one is halted. We have HXHX halted upside. All right, we got to do a full breakdown on this stock. We got to go over absolutely everything on this play. Make sure that we're all set, ready to go. Making sure every single trader is understanding of what we need to focus on, what we need to look at. Making sure that you guys are all good here. All right. Now, let's talk about this play. Let's talk about this play in full detail. I got a decision to make, okay? Right now at this moment, I am currently shorting, aka betting that this stock will fall. 5,000 shares. I am short at the price of 80 cents, 0.5. So like 81 cents-ish. Right now we're at 84 cents. Okay? So I'm down roughly around 3 cents on this play. Okay? Now if we take a look over on HXHX right here. This play has gone from 49 cents and has spiked up to 85 cents. Now I did not short this play, as you guys know, at the 50-day moving average. Just because, and I'll tell you guys why. When a stock is usually the stock with momentum, It comes on down to the pure fact that you sometimes go through resistance and maybe go to the second resistance line before you fall. It's almost like, you know, imagine this. Imagine if a train was moving forward and all of a sudden it hit like the brake stopper. A train doesn't just stop instantly. If a train has strong momentum, it hits the brake stopper, the brakes lock up, and then the train slides a while. And maybe again, when it hits the next wall, that's kind of what kills it. So, what was I thinking? What I was thinking is, you know what? I don't want to short at, again, the 50-day moving average right here. I'm going to wait until it comes up towards around 80 cents, which I think is going to be a little bit of a stronger resistance line, which is going to be closer towards like these lines here. Now, this line is actually up towards around like 90 cents or so. And then we all know $1 is going to be a very strong top target. $1 is going to be a strong top target. And it seems like right around 89 cents is also going to be a very strong top target. $1, 89 cents. That's this old high, this old high, this old high, this old high. $1, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. Those are our two areas. Those are the two areas that you guys need to focus on. So for every single person here, take a look at your chart, add again where resistance is at, make sure that you guys are all understanding on how high this stock can go up to. 89, 89, dip by 89, dip by 89, dip by 89. Top resistance, bounce play off $1, bounce play off $1, $1, $1, $1. HXHX, does this stock have any sort of news here today? Or is this running for whatever reason? HXHX. This play, Wednesday, the 17th, was the last press release. Starting to spike, rip, and run, has strong area up towards $1. Now, I have, again, two different ways that I could trade this. Number one, what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to put another entry up near around 89 cents. If I can bring up my cost basis slightly to maybe 81, 82, I think that's going to be okay. Now, if we start breaking 90 cents or so, I have like a tough decision. It's either, all right, hold, because $1 is going to hold and it's going to fall back on down, or just get out and cut your losses right away. I'm up $457. I have some wiggle room. Every 10 cents will be $500 that I win or lose. So basically, I'm in right now at 80 cents. If it runs up to 91 cents, I'll be even on the day back to zero. So I do have a little bit of wiggle room, but at the same time, if things aren't working out, I can just cut out and make it easy. 3, 2, 1, live. Let's see if we can dump here. If we dump, make my life easy. Dump on down towards, 75, and let's just crash, and again, we'll be all set. It's still holding its gains, though. It's still holding right now, guys. Little heads on up. 79. Can we get ourselves in the green? I'm happy with a quick $200 if we can get it, guys. 75, 67, 29. Guys, it's still looking a little too good for me. Guys, I'm actually going to get out right now. I'm going to accept a small $57 loss, and I will add if it gets up into the 90s. I don't like how it's holding. I don't like how it's not dumping. I'm going to, again, just be a smart trader. Get out of this play. If it shoots up into the 90s, I'll reshort there. Does that sound like a good idea? I think so. I mean, if you say yes or no, I don't care. I'm doing it if it does it. Okay? So, I'm going to get out of this play, take a $57 loss, because, again, it's not part of my game plan. If this stock shoots on up towards 94, 96, shoots on up to 97, I'll re-enter. I'll re-enter up high. And this is, I think, part about being a mature trader. A mature trader, a lot of times, is going to say to yourself, you know what? If this is not my same exact game plan, it's not the game plan I thought. Let me take a step back. If I take a small $50 loss, that's not going to hurt me at all. And let me wait for a better entry. So that's all I'm doing right now. I'll wait for this one to spike on up, if it can, up towards 97, 96, 95 cents. Now, some people say, well, what if it doesn't get up to 90 cents? Well, that's okay. I'm still at $400 on the day then. So the worst case scenario is I don't get filled. And if I don't get filled, and again, I could have been right, you know what? I'm still up $400 on the day. What's the other scenario? It does spike on up. I get filled, and now I'm getting filled at an area that I have full confidence in. That's what I like. That's, areas that I think is absolutely gorgeous and absolutely great. That could bring in a lot of buying volume, bring in a lot of hype, and bring in a lot of momentum for us. So these are all things that, again, keep me excited, make me a better trader. And obviously, again, we're crushing it, doing everything that we need to do to be able to keep making this money day in and day out. So we'll watch to see if that one can keep on spiking. HYMC. Who knows why HYMC is going on up? Does anyone know? Does anyone know why HYMC is going on up at this time? Does anyone know why HYMC is going on a spike at this time? HYMC is moving up because they mine silver. Silver is at record highs. So that's all it is. So HYMC, why did this one spike on up? It's because silver and gold are both hitting new record highs. Deck, what's in the cup today? Milk. Santa Claus is coming to town, baby. Nothing but high reindeer milk. That's it. That's it. That's all it is today. High reindeer milk today, guys. Spy got up to 684, getting a little bit of a drop down, back on down. Little heads on up, traders, for all people over here. One Stop Prop is having a BOGO sale today. What does BOGO mean? It means buy one account, get one for free. So again, BOGO. Buy one account, get one for free. Hey, I don't have any money. I want to get $100,000. You guys can go ahead and you guys can be able to sign on up and get yourself a $100,000 account. In case you ever fail that account, you don't need to pay again. You get another test ready to rock and roll. So if you guys have not yet, Merry Christmas. BOGO account over on One Stop Prop. Spy looking to break on out a little bit. Traders, I will also say this. Last week, I came in second place in the tournament. I know, again, we had a few hundred people join the tournament. Last week, I came in second place. So Tyler D won with $18,000 last week. I was able to make $17,000 last week. So again, I came in second. I'll tell you what. Do you know what I do with silver medals? My whole entire life, when I was on the swim team and I used to get silver sometimes, I would immediately go in the backyard and throw it in the bonfire. And that's it. And then I would take the molten silver and put it inside a little tiny dish. And I would, again, just burn it on my skin. And the reason why I would do that is because second place is unacceptable. And that's how I became the best swimmer in my neighborhood. Yeah. You know, a lot of kids, you got to imagine, were very nervous to race against me with just scars all over my body. Just saying, oh, that's every single time you came in second. Eventually, you learn to swim a little faster. And you know what? Second place, $17,000 in a week. It's a little unacceptable in my eyes. Next tournament, we'll go for gold again. It's first or nothing. HYMX, SIDU. Guys, SIDU trying to work itself back on up here a little bit. Ricky Bobby, baby. You're first and last. First and last! Guys, SIDU right here trying to go. Trying to climb, trying to rip, trying to run. Man, we feel good today. We look good today. And that's the thing. I feel good today. I feel energetic today. I feel excited today. I'm ready to rock and roll today. It's one of those days you just want to jump off the cart, start running. SIDU go up towards around 220, 220. We do have, again, that strong high. HYMC moving up with, again, silver. Let's go over back towards SIDU. SIDU, guys, still trying to work itself on up. This is a stock that we do have shares that we can go ahead and look for shorts. I don't think SIDU is really going to be able to break and hold above that 220 mark. What do you guys think? I don't know. You know, 220 SIDU, this is one of the best plays of the day. I think there's another good chance that we kind of just spike right back up to 215 to 218 and then kind of just start dumping right back on down. You guys see spike up to 220, fade back down to 183, 183 back on up towards around 206. Let's see if we get a quick little explosion back up to 220. That would be nice. One of those quick little spikes and rips and runs up towards around 220. Maybe again start loading on up if we get a couple, I would say I would give it a chance. I always love giving stocks chances. You're never going to make money if you don't at least give it a chance, right? That's the thing. You're never going to make money if you don't give stocks a chance for you to get filled. Everyone says, oh, I want to make money. I want to be a stock trader. I want to make cash. I want to be able to do it. But at the same time, when you see opportunity, you say, oh, I'm too nervous to pull the trigger. Guys, if you're too nervous to pull the trigger, you will never be able to make money in stock trading. It's like all my single friends. We'll go out sometimes and, they'll be like, oh, I think that person over there is very attractive. And then I'll say, okay, go talk to them. And they say, I'm not going to go talk to her. I'm not going to go up and just randomly start talking to her. That's weird. And I say, so what do you expect is going to happen? You are, again, 33 years old. You're single. You want to get married, but you don't want to talk to anyone that you're attracted to. Correct. Okay. So we're just going to walk around and talk to fat people and ugly people our whole lives? Right? Walk up. If you get rejected, guess what? You're in the same position you are right now. All right, that's it. You should do speed rounds. Hi. Right? Same exact thing with, again, stock trading. Oh, I want to be a stock trader. Okay, pull the trigger. Well, no, I don't want to lose money. Okay, so you're not making any money. Hey, I want to have a family and settle down. Okay, but I'm too nervous to talk to people I like. Okay, well, this is going to be very difficult. Scared money don't make no money. You got it, active. I'll tell you right now, for all my single people in there, you might go to a Christmas Eve party this weekend. Find someone you like. Find someone you're attracted to. And walk up to them and say, what do you guys think about the upcoming SpaceX IPO of 2026? Great little icebreaker. What's another great little icebreaker? Walk right up to, again, maybe an attractive female and say, I've been using the 200-day moving average on, the daily chart. Do you think I suggest going to a weekly chart? That's a great little icebreaker. Great little icebreaker is, oh, hi, my name is Sean. I was shorting SIDU at around 220. Cobra was charging around 20. But could you imagine that, Trade Zero was charging $300? That's a great little icebreaker. Guys, I'm here again, setting you up for love. And guess what? She's going to turn to you and say, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. You say, sorry, silly me. My mind's on work. I'm a stock trader. Yeah. Boom. In. Done. Set. 6 babies. That's it. HXHX. Guys, HXHX still trying to spike its way on up here a little bit. We got HXHX on watch. See if that one can be able to move on up towards those 90-cent regions. Again, I still like HXHX. If that one could ever get up towards, what do we have? 93, 95, 97. So if that one, SIDU unfortunately is not doing much right now. HXHX still trying to grind a little bit. I would like to see a little bit more of that pop. James, I don't know, man. My wife gives me a look when I talk stocks. Well, again, you're already married. It doesn't work for you. You got to do it to a stranger. Walk on up. Say, hi, my name is Sean. Are you excited for the PDT rule to drop down to $2,000 this year? What? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you use Fibonacci lines? Huh? I'm sorry. What would you rather suggest? Would you rather suggest, again, me looking over into PE ratios or looking over on stock fundamentals? I'm sorry. Silly me. Hi, I'm a stock trader. How are you doing today? Easy. Ladies, can we, will that work? I think it will. What do I know? I've been out of the game very long. Don't listen to me. HXHX, still looking for this 90-cent break. SIDU, watching to see if we can break through 220. Guys, SIDU still trying to get a little bit of that pop. Let's go back to SIDU. SIDU, I still like that possibility of that pop, but just up towards like 214. 214, 215, 216, 217. Looking for a little bit of a climb. Pop back on up. Stay right around that 220 mark. Try to make another $200 plus is the goal. So I'm looking to see, can we get a little pop on up towards around that 220 mark, dump back on down to 210, add another, right? $200 to our day. What I would like to do is, anything above like $600, $700, I think is a great little stocking stuffer. Stocking stuffer for the family. SIDU here, guys. SIDU. Right now here, traders, we are watching to see if we get any sort of big spikes, rips, or runs. Spikes or climbs. Come on now, baby. SIDU, watching to see if we can get that little rip here. HXHX, unfortunately not doing too much. We're still looking for, again, one that could kind of go on a better rip and run here. Better climb, better spike. Wake up here a little bit, people. All it takes is one little pop and we're back in action. SIDU, next short for me, is going to be between, just a little heads on up, I will even show you, is going to be between these two areas. I want to get filled between this area, this black line, that's going to be where I want to get filled, and this black line. This is where I want to get filled. Next short is going to be in between these areas is the goal. I don't think we're going to hit a new high, but I do think we're going to get a nice little attempted spike back in 215 to 220, somewhere there. Short it back on down towards around $2 is the goal. So right now we are doing everything right. Staying as smart as we possibly can. Not putting ourselves in any sort of bad position. Waiting. Watching, staying hungry. So we still are again watching SIDU, where all traders are at right now. If we can get that 210 break, we might be able to get a little bit of that squeeze. If we get that 210 break, we might get a little bit of that action. Yep, tomorrow will be the last stream of the week. Then it's Christmas Eve. Then it's Christmas. Then we have, again, no one's going to be here really on a Friday. Then next week we have Monday, we have Tuesday. So it's just this week, guys. We have today and tomorrow. That's it. This week we have today and tomorrow, and that is it. Hey, you having any Christmas sales? We are having one Christmas sale this year, guys. One Christmas sale. Just for all people, little heads on up here for you guys. The one Christmas sale that we are doing is we are doing a one-time, one sale only. We are making, again, one price, access all year. So the sale that we are doing this year for Christmas is one-time access fee, $560 for the entire year. That means you are going to be getting around 30% off. Instead of paying $800, It is, again, $560 for access to all the live streams for the rest of the year. So if you would like that, send me an email right now at deckmartrades@gmail.com. We're having one Christmas sale. And again, what it is going to be full year of access to TradeCaster. No monthly payments. No, again, reoccurring membership. Just one fee. You have access the entire year of 2026 to TradeCaster. So if you want the Christmas sale, one-time fee, non-reoccurring, you get access all of 2026. Send me an email right now to deckmartrades@gmail.com. I will hook you on up, and you guys will be all set, ready to go. So that you guys are all set here, ready to get after it. Is Fox Runner going to be having any? They don't have anything yet. They actually just told me they're going to start it tomorrow. Tomorrow they will have their Christmas sale. So tomorrow they will have their Christmas sale. Little heads up. Right now we're still waiting for that SIDU pop. So Fox Runner will have their Christmas sale tomorrow. Trade Ideas also is having their Christmas sale right now as we speak as well. So that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. And we're good to go. So yeah, Fox Runners tomorrow. Trade Ideas does have their Christmas sale right now. Just a little heads up. All right. Right here, team. Come on, let's get one more trade in. You know, all we can trade right now is kind of HXHX. Because, again, that one is a hotter play. Currently up 137%. SIDU, we're still waiting for that pop back up towards, again, in between these two black lines for my next short. And then AZI, unfortunately, isn't doing too much. CMCT, no. DFLI. Why can't you short AZI? AZI, I cannot short that one because shares are too expensive. Now, what did AZI do? Didn't I say that I believed AZI was going to spike up to 430 and dump? But there was $450 on its shorting fee. So $450 shorting fee. Other than that, though, here, traders, we're sitting back. No reason to hurt ourselves. FJet. FJet was a new IPO last week. Now, FJet, I would say keep it on watch. Absolutely. You know, there's nothing wrong with watching FJet. I will probably say FJet is probably the coolest stock name out there. Starfighter Space Incorporated. It doesn't even sound like it's a real company. Hey, what company are you investing in? Starfighter Space Incorporated. What are starfighters? Makes you think of, like, you know, something like out of Star Wars, you know, in those pew, 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 pew. Right? It's like, so FJet is a new IPO. The stock last week went from $8, shot up to $18, dumped on down to $6, went from $6 back on up towards around $10. So I would definitely say a lot of potential. A lot of potential for sure. Got to stay alert, got to stay ready. SIDU is still the play right here, traders. Can we just get that quick upper shadow? That's all I think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to break out on SIDU. I think SIDU spikes on up to 220, dumps on down. Now, again, it spiked on up towards 210, got rejected. 210 got rejected. 210 got rejected. 210 getting rejected. All I want to see is a little 210 break, upper shadow to 218, 219, dump on down towards like 190. I think there is going to be the one attempt to break up towards 220. I don't think it's strong enough, though, today. I don't think it's strong enough. I don't think it has the hype. I don't think it has the momentum. I think it could get that little spike and then reject. Spike and then dump. Spike in that weakness. Spike in that pop and then fade. That's what I think is going to happen here. Spike and fade. Spike and dump. SIDU here. Little bit of an uptrend if you guys want to throw that in there. Yeah, you could play it like this as well. Throw that uptrend in on SIDU. Making sure everyone is all good at this time. Guys, did we get filled? Oh, look at this. We got filled. SIDU. Guys, SIDU. Perfect. Guys, look at this. Perfect. Look at that one, guys. Perfect. Taking my gains right here. Boom. Was that perfect? Or was that freaking perfect? Was that perfect? Or was that absolutely perfect? Which one? What did I want? I said SIDU. Let's get filled between this black line and this black line. SIDU, 220 top resistance. SIDU, it's not strong enough to break out. We're probably going to see an upper shadow and dump back on down. And SIDU finally got it. SIDU spiked on up, ran up to 217, dumped on down to $2, just was able to make another 200 bucks right there. Guys, up on the day right now, $600. I'm now up $600 on the day. And that's why it's so important to just place orders. So again, take a look at this. SIDU, where did I get filled? 500 shares at the price of $214. 500 shares at the price of $215. 500 shares at the price of $216. And then I just got out at $202. Beautiful. Guys, beautiful trade right there. Did everyone get that profit? Obviously, that was the trade I was looking for at this moment. That was a trade that I wanted at this time. So right now, we are sitting with a $600 gain on the day, on our Money Monday. Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely great. Absolutely beautiful in every single way. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Absolutely beautiful. Now take a look. Guys, look at this now. I'm not in on this play right now. I'm not in on this one right now, but look at this. Now it's starting to spike a little bit. Should we enter some new shorts? All right, traders. Right now at this moment, I locked in $652, spiked on up, dumped on down, took my profits, and now it's starting to squeeze a little bit higher. I'm kind of debating on what I want to do at this moment. Right? Like, I'm trying to think, on SIDU. What do I want to do on SIDU at this moment? Do I want to keep trading? Or do I just want to say, hey, you're up $600 on the Monday before Christmas. Take your gains, be a happy camper, walk away a winner. Tesla fading on down. Guys, I will say this. 500 is going to be massive resistance on Tesla. Like massive, okay? If I am not opposed in any way, if someone on the next $500 test, if you guys want to go after and look for like some puts. Take a look at a lot of these plays. Like I think it's even MSTR. MSTR, this one broke 500 slightly, but I'm telling you, 500 is usually a massive resistance line. There are so many plays that run up to 500, get rejected. 500 get rejected. It's like when a stock goes from 99 cents to $1 per share. It's just like into a new threshold. From $99 to $100. $100 is a very strong area to break. It's like going from, again, the price of, just going from 99 to 100, or going from $9 to $10, or again, going from, $4.99 to 500. It's just a big leap. So a lot of times you do get big pullbacks at around that $500 region, and Tesla could definitely be having it. SIDU right now here, traders. SIDU still holding right around 227. We got up to 237 so far. Where's the next area of resistance? You know what? I'm going to give it one more trade. I'm enjoying my little shorts right now. I'm having a fun day. I don't want to overtrade. I don't want to overstay my welcome. What's the next resistance line? I mean, I like that 238 mark. What's this? What's that right there? 263, 265, 270? I would say 260s to 270s is where I'd look next. 260s to 270s are next for me. If I can get a pop up to the 260s, 270s, that's where I'll look for my next short. Okay? $260s, $270s. I'm going to turn that off right now. Get back into it. So, let's make sure that we're all set here. 260s, looking for that next move. SIDU. 260s, 270s next short. Nothing I'm in on at this moment. Currently up $652 on the day. Looking for that next possible squeeze and pop. Can go ahead and load up some limit orders right now and go, again, I always just kind of spread them out at random areas. 262, 266, 269, right? That's all I do. I pick an area, and if I think resistance is 260, I just go from 255 up to 270. And I just pick random areas and always just spread out my orders. I never put the same area, I don't put all my orders at the same price. I don't ever do that. I always pick multiple different prices. So again, I have a best overall cost basis. I like to get filled, put entries low, put entries high, put the bulk in the middle. You know what I mean? That's what I usually try to do. Small win on, hey, making $194, Morel, is still incredible. Make sure if you guys haven't yet, hit that thumbs on up, smash, subscribe. Making sure we're all good on this day. It is going to be one good day. Waiting for SIDU on its next possible rip. Little heads on up here. I do have currently at this moment, hold on, Gary H. Shout out to Gary. Thank you so much for subscribing, my man. I appreciate you, Gary. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button. Guys, if you want your name to pop up on the screen and I can give you guys a nice little shout out, make sure you guys go hit the subscribe button over on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button over on Twitch. Hit the subscribe button on Kick. Hit the subscribe button. Your name will pop up in front of everyone. You'll be a superstar. Now, traders, little heads on up. I currently have 11 emails of people taking advantage of the Christmas sale special. I will, again, make sure I get back to every single one of you guys after this morning's live stream. So, again, the Christmas sale special, for anyone who does not know, we are having a one-time fee, and that is it for all of 2026. So if you would like to have a one-time fee for about 30% off, it will be $560, one time, non-reoccurring for the entire year of 2026. So if you would like that, email me right now at deckmartrades@gmail.com. I will make sure you have access all of 2026 to tradecaster.com. No fee or one-time fee, and that is it. And you guys will be set for the rest of the year. Awesome Christmas gift to a family or friend, to your son or daughter, so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. So if you guys have not yet, make sure you guys go ahead, drop that link, and you guys be all good. Ryan, don't forget us on X. Ryan, I appreciate you over on X, my man. All right, we're trying to get one more trade in so far. So far here, guys, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on the day. 4 trades on the day, $600 in profit. Right now, SIDU, guys, little spike. I think this is going to get that little 260, 270 pop. If we can get that 260, 270 pop, I will attack it for another, just again, and all I'm doing is taking profits when I have them. Like, I'm just taking in like $250 when I can. I'm not doing anything crazy. It's like, oh, you know, guess what? Chaz is making 250 bucks, locking it in. Chazzy knows what's good for you. Chazzy's taking you again. Taking you to the profit here. Come on, baby. We have a high of the day of 240. Only 5 cents away from breaking that new high. Might be able to get a little bit more action behind it. I mean, if SIDU cracks back on down to like 215, 220, it's definitely going to slow down momentum. Guys, here comes that little pop. Let's see if we get it. Little pop, guys. Let's see if we go up towards 250, 260, 270 on our next possible short. We're up 100% now over on SIDU. SIDU up 100% on the day. Now, just a little heads on up. I want to see a quick spike. I don't want to see SIDU slowly grind. The quicker the spike, the harder the pullback will be. When you have slow and steady spikes, or slow and steady climbs, it allows more buyers to move in, hold its gains. More buyers move in, hold its gains. If we want to get filled, we want to get filled. Quick spike, quick dump. The harder up, the harder down. That's what I like to always find. So just a little heads on up when you guys are taking a look at a trade. An easy visual of this would be taking a look at something like this here, guys. If a stock slowly moves on up like this, there's a chance that it could possibly squeeze and rip and run in the future. So you never really want to short a stock when it's slowly moving up on a trend line, because that's where squeezes can happen. Does that make sense, everyone? What you want to do at a lot of times is wait for the squeeze and try to get filled on these big overextended moves. So you kind of have, like, again, consolidation, and we're trying to get a little bit of the squeeze right now. We're keeping our eyes peeled on it. Let's see what happens here, guys. Guys, give me 2 seconds. I have to run off the mic here just for a second. I will be right back on the mic. Give me 1 moment, and we'll be all set, ready to go. 1 second here, traders. All right, traders. We are back. Now, what I want you guys to see at this time is obviously looking for this break of 250 here. You know, if we can get this little 250 pop, like that's the next leg on up. Now, I will say this though, I don't like the fact that it's like slowly moving up. Like I want to see more of a squeeze. I want to see more of that pop. I want to see more of that rip and that run. So SIDU, watching to see if we can get a little bit more action. Watching to see if we can get a little bit more momentum. Watching to see if we could be able to get that like hype here. And hey, if I just end, right? If I just end my day, let's say right here, with $600, I'm happy. Is there anything else that's taken off at this time? If there's anything else that's taking off at this moment, we'll be ready for HXHX. Making sure we're all good. AZI starting to fade and fall. HXHX, not too much. AZI, CMCT, BNRG, EQ. Do you guys see anything going crazy right now? Anything going wild on your end? Right now, SIDU is still a #1 play. Little heads on up. If you guys have emailed me, I will be getting back to you guys around lunchtime today. So for everyone who emailed me at deckmartrades@gmail.com for the Christmas sale, I will be getting back to you guys coming on up here today. Have you entered any positions in AMPX? I've been in on AMPX for the last, 3-4 months now. So I'm still just sitting on my the one. I didn't add anything. I'm just sitting at 1260. So I have 500 shares at 1260. It's about a $6,200 investment. Nothing again. Not adding right now on AMPX. I like AMPX a lot. You guys know that. I'm going to be holding this one to the end of next year, regardless. And again, I definitely think we'll be seeing $15 plus at some point. It might be in May, might be in July, but I do think we're going to be seeing a nice squeeze by the end of the year. Not this year, next year. SIDU here, traders. SIDU is starting to turn and fade and fall. What's the SPY doing? Guys, I mean, the SPY's up. Don't get me wrong. But I really wouldn't consider this a Santa Claus rally yet. Now, the Santa Claus rally is supposed to be happening. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. The Dow is up 183 points. The Nasdaq's up 97 points. The S&P 500's up 30 points. The Russell 2000's up 3 points. So it's not like there's no issue with this at this moment. Any sort of new data or anything pop on up? HXH? No. Now, team, what I will say is definitely get yourself excited for the congressional trades that will come on out here soon. Like, every single year in January, Nancy Pelosi always, again, puts some really big orders out there. So we can see what Nancy does in January. We'll be able to see what kind of the top dogs are. So, we could go over towards, what are some of the top plays, the top focuses that we want, Josh Gottheimer, see what he's buying. January is going to be a month. We're going to see the majority of people put themselves in on certain plays. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll see what we get coming up here in the future. But, January is when we start seeing a lot of insider trading alerts. FJet. Yeah. FJet guys, FJet $7 up to $11. For me, what I'm kind of thinking about right now is what do I want? You know, I'm up $600 on this Monday. What do I want to risk out of today? That's kind of more what I'm like focusing on. So I want to go over this play top to finish. All right, so what we have right here, guys, FJet. First things first, why is FJet getting hype? Well, number one, it is a new IPO. An IPO, what is an IPO? An IPO is an initial public offering. It means it is the first time that you are available to trade a stock as the public. Companies could be public or company could be private. There's a lot of private stocks, such as SpaceX right now, but it's going to be coming public where you and I can gain ownership into it. Same exact thing with FJet. FJet is only 3 days old. So, being a new IPO, there are pros and cons. Obviously, you getting involved in a stock that's only 3 days old, the world is your oyster. This play could possibly be going all the way up to $100, and imagine if you get it at $10, right? Now, the thing is, also with an IPO, it's very risky. People could just buy the stock, shoot it on up, and goes on a big dump on down. Like, for instance, you guys could take a look at Hood. Remember when Hood first came out with its IPO? When Hood first came out with its IPO, there was so much excitement. Stock opened up at $30, shot up to $85, and then it dumped all the way down to $6. Hood. Then as a couple of years went by, it started gaining some hype, it started doing better, and now Hood's up to $121. So a lot of times people fear that IPOs could lead towards big time dumps in the future, but obviously they could still be amazing entries for, maybe years to come. FJet right here is a new IPO. What's another reason why FJet does have some hype? Well, guys, what have I been talking about a lot throughout, the last 2-3 weeks is obviously the SpaceX IPO and how space has been a very hot trend. Well, what does this have to do with? What's FJet mean? Starfighter Space Incorporated. Starfighters, aka a space stock. We have SpaceX going crazy, or again, a lot of hype behind it. We have Rocket Lab going crazy, all the way up at brand new record highs. And now again, people say, oh, hey, brand new potential hot space stock, FJET. This one could definitely get some momentum. New IPO, space stock play. People are again also, this one just has hype and momentum after, again, this one spiked all the way up to $18, over on Thursday of last week. So would I say watch this? Yes. But at the same time, there's not much credibility. You do have to be careful with FJet. Now, the good news about FJet is what? Stock is building higher lows. Stock definitely has strength. The best thing to do on FJet, I would, is probably, again, do this similar on your chart. Go into a 1-minute time frame. Connect an uptrend over on FJet, connecting these bottom lower shadows. Put a strong resistance line going across the board right around $10. So obviously, what can we tell at this moment? We do have a beautiful uptrend, $10 strong resistance, and right here, what did we just have? We just had a awesome ascending triangle pattern. The ascending triangle pattern happened, stock went on this beautiful squeeze. Now, as we have the squeeze, we're looking for a new setup to occur. If that is going to be another new little higher low setup, right? That could possibly be happening, and see if the stock is going to be able to hold, and we could possibly get a breakout in the future after we have, this, squeeze pattern. So we have nice squeeze, nice little rip, new higher lows. This is basically how I would see FJet looking through my eyes at this moment with support and resistance. Does that make sense? So it would definitely be a play. I would say keep your eyes peeled on it. Has potential. Definitely could rip and run. Definitely a stock that, could go on some sort of squeeze in the near future here. So we do have our uptrend. Uptrend trying to form. We also, of course, do have old resistance, right? Which was now going to hold up as support. $10 old resistance, which now equals new support. So you guys can see this right here. And then you do have another new little uptrend area right there. So, just again, watching this play, seeing if it's going to actually be able to hold, seeing if this play is going to be one that you guys might want to continue to keep your eyes peeled on. Is a space stock as well. FJet's where a lot of attention is currently sitting. F-Jet. Most active mover I see at this time. So F-Jet. Most active mover I see at this time. All right, here, traders. Right now, again, I'm in 0 out of 0 out of 0 positions. We're getting closer to 11 o'clock. Let's just run through these. HXHX. Do we need this play? No. SIDU. Do we need this play? Right now, it's starting to fade a little bit. AZI, no. CMCT, no. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm walking away here with a grand total on the day of $597 on the day. I'll take those gains there. I'll take that profit. $595 on the day and 10 cents to be exact. What an absolutely awesome day. What an absolutely awesome way to kind of kick things on off. To get ourselves going on this beautiful Christmas season. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that this week's going to be a little jolly. We know that this week is going to be bringing some joy to our lives. We know, again, this week, we only had today, and we have one more day tomorrow to be able to make some money. And then it's winter break. Winter break, you guys are off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we're back on Monday and Tuesday. And then it's New Year's Eve. You have off on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, traders, today, being able to make roughly, I'm going to round up slightly, $600. That's a great way to kick things on off. That's a great way to get this party started. That's a great way to be able to get the stocking stuffers in and get ourselves ready to rock and roll. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for every single person that has joined us on this day, I hope you guys also made some good money. I hope you guys also made some good plays. No orders to myself at this time. I'm walking away here at the end of this morning, 11 o'clock, almost $600 on the day, adding to our winning streak. Woo! I love you guys. Hey, thank you so much for everyone who has joined us on this day. I hope you guys have had an absolute blast. I hope you guys have had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll, ready to get yourself going here. Team, I just want to say for every single person, as I might see you or may not see you, we will see. I'm wishing every single person an absolutely wonderful Christmas season. Merry Christmas to all. We will be back tomorrow for one final trading session before Christmas time. I love you guys. Enjoy these gains, enjoy these profits, and help me wrap this thing on up. Merry Christmas to all. I love you guys. Have a good one. Let's get ready to rock and roll. You guys know the drill here, baby. In 3, 2, 1.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
Hey! Hey!
Listen
Hey! Hey!
you can see every couple tries to stop.
Woo! Nice profit today, everyone. Happy $600. Enjoy it. That's all yours. Tomorrow, one final day. Hey, let's get all set. Also, time out. If you guys, again, emailed me, I'm going to get back to you right now. I got about 10, 15 emails to go through right now at this moment. The Christmas sale is live right now. One payment, all of 2026, 30% off. Let's get ready to rock. Enjoy it. I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much. I love you guys.